Hi guys, um, here we are doing a removal and installation of a toilet. As you can probably tell from the name of the video, this is the toilet we'll be removing today. Um, this is the before shots, and here's the toilet we're going to be installing. This is just some information about it. It's one of the new ones that meets the new standards, and there's just some information about it. Got it from Home Depot. So if you want to take a look and get information about it, we went online, saw if people were satisfied with it. And this is one of the taller ones, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Comes with everything we'll need. The wax seal comes with a little tool to help, bolts, wax ring, caps, toilet seat, all the good stuff. So we took everything out of the way. We're cleaning up a little bit. Going to take the toilet seat off, turn off the water here, flush, get the water out, empty the tank out of the back, do all that. So once you get the water completely off, you're going to take the lid off, get it out the way careful. It's heavy. Depending upon how old it is, in the back there's going to be a little mold, probably. And again, this is going to be messy, so you want to get gloves, you want to get towels, disposable things, buckets, mops, things to clean up, and wear clothes that you don't care about. You are not going to be able to get all the water out of here. You just aren't. That's as low as I could get this one to go. And there's still going to be water left in the tank back there too. Things also you're going to need to pick up that you might not have is a little extra sealant, plumber's tape, and that hose back there connecting the water line. I picked up an extra long one just in case that one wasn't gonna reach, because I got a taller toilet. So that's that. So let's see what we're gonna do next. Gonna try to get the water out of there from the back of the tank in the back. Gonna loosen this up a little bit. Put a little cup or bowl or bucket underneath to catch the water, whatever you got, and just let it drip down into there. Drain what you can. Again, make sure that the water valve is off nice and tight. Let that water come out. Put some towels down, whatever you got. It'll take a little, depending upon how much water you were able to get out, it might take a little while to drain. And again, the water it's clean technically, but it might have a little mildew inside the tank. Once you get as much as you can out, it's gonna be more in there, but once you get this off, there's gonna be more, and you'll see that here. Once I get that off, there's still more, still more. You can see where they had the plumber's tape before right there. There's still more in the hose. Get that done. Get that out. And again, I leave this here for now, but just spoiler alert, this hose is not long enough to fit on the new toilet that we install. And just I'll let you know, we're going to get those off later. Those little wing nuts, those are holding the bowl on in the back. Yep. So you loosen those off, and then you also take off the bolts, the nuts that are holding those bolts on. There's one on each side, so that way you can take the tank off on the back. Once that's off, then you're going to take on the bottom that's holding the actual whole toilet to the floor. On each side there's two of these. You loosen those up, and then hopefully you can take them off by hand. And then if you keep your toilet clean, these usually might just be maybe a little rusty. If you don't keep your toilet clean, these can be pretty gross, covered in urine or, God forbid, other things. But it all depends upon hygiene. Now, if you're going into somebody else's house, you never know what you're going to find. But again, sometimes these can be damaged because of rust, water, moisture, mildew. So make sure you have your tools handy. Wrench, pliers, ratchet. Get that off, get it out the way, keep drying as you go, and see a little rust, that's once the tank is out the way off the back. Now we're going to get the lid off. This one has a little weird lock mechanism to try to hold it in place. Trying to get that off. Then once that comes off, get that lid out the way. Unhook it. Unscrew it from underneath. Move that out the way. There we go. So there's nothing left but removing the bolts completely. And those bolts will actually just be sticking up from underneath on the floor through the attachment to the actual floor, and those will stay there. So again, you're going to want to keep cleaning as you go. Water will seeping down, and this is what the actual bottom of the toilet is going to look like that you're removing. There's the remains of the wax ring that's having mildew, probably remains of feces, bacteria, mold, stuff like that. And there's the remains of the seal that they had on the floor. And you know, I've seen worse. This actually isn't that bad, but that's that. That's my tool bag. Moving the toilet out of the way, getting it out the bathroom, setting it down, and going to clean up that area, scrape out the old wax, get ready for the fresh wax seal on the new toilet, and get the new toilet ready. I got rid of the old wax seal, cleaned up the old seal around the base. That's the new wax seal. That's going to go on the bottom of the new toilet. And the wax seal itself gets pressed onto the actual ceramic part of the toilet. Yeah, see, that's the new toilet right there. So that's going to be flipped upside down, and we'll show you that in a second. So we're going to take the toilet, bring it into the bathroom, flip it upside down. That was my helpers, Benj and Dar. Going to flip it upside down, take the wax ring, put it upside down, no, just like that, and then press it down as hard as you can. There you go, right onto the toilet. There you go. Then you're going to flip it back over, and those two bolts will be sticking up through the flange right there. And you're going to want to have the toilet just how you want it positioned. And those two bolts and the wax ring all three pieces need to simultaneously fit into place. So it's a delicate procedure. So while I direct, those two gentlemen use their muscles, and it's just like an orchestra. And here we go. And they lift it. 1, 2, and 3. Go, lift and turn. Again, you don't want to drop the toilet because it is, you know, delicate. Get it into place. Get those two bolts to come up through those holes. Get the wax ring seal into place. And then once you get those bolts through and the toilet's into place, you press it down, make sure it's sealed. Screw those bolts down and put the washers on. Screw those down, make sure it's firm. Seal that bottom into place with a nice sealant, bathroom grade, seal it into place. Then you're going to get your tank ready. Yeah, so you're going to seal that bottom into place. Already put the washers on, already screwed it down. Don't want to do it too tight because, again, it's ceramic. If you do it too tight, you can crack it, which I've seen happen, and that's unfortunate. So just get a nice bead going, and if you make a mess, make a mistake, I use my finger. You know, you shouldn't, because, you know, you can make a mess and then you have to go back and clean it, but hey. Then this piece is what actually creates the seal on the back of the toilet and the tank. So then that goes up underneath, and see how it has the little, not hex, I think it's an octagonal shape. It goes on the bottom right there, and it fits right on there, snaps in there. So then that goes on the bottom, and then that whole piece goes on the bottom of the tank. And this one is nice, comes already all put together. The two bolts already in place. Go right in there. They go right through the two holes, already fit in there. And this one comes with a nice little tool, a washer, 2 washers, and 2 little nut caps. So you just fit everything in there, put them on in place, and you just use it and you screw, and it works really well. Um, and that's what Dara's doing here for me. And there's one on each side. I think it worked really well. So get that in, one on each side. So then that's in place. And like I said, this inside part was already all put together. Didn't have to do anything. Like I said, only had to just screw those two nuts in place with that piece underneath. And this is the inside. It's already clean, just a little dust particles. Not gonna worry about that. But then see, does not reach. Like I said, spoiler alert. So I had already bought 2 extra hoses, just in case, and I'm gonna remove that. Put the longer one on. The one I bought was a little bit too long, but hey, it's okay. I'd rather have it too long. Put the longer one on. It gives it a little extra room. See, it has a little loop to it, but that's better than too short. Turn that water back on. Let it fill up the tank inside. There it goes. Look at that. It's a beautiful thing, flowing, running water. Fills her up. Fills it up. So let it fill up the back. You give it a little flush. Then it fills in the inside. Then once it fills up the back again, once you're doing the first flush, the primary flush that lets it fill the tank, then you do a secondary flush, and that'll be to let it get ready to really go. So here we get ready to go, and that's it. Put your top on, then put your seat on, and you're good to go. We have installed the toilet. Hope you liked the video. I know I've been away for a while, but we are back. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Hope you subscribe, and hope you share. Jesus bless you, and have a great day.